Welcome everyone to your mat today. My name's Carina and I'll be guiding you through a yoga class today. So if you haven't already, I would suggest grabbing a couple of props. One would be a strap. If you don't have a strap at home, you can use a towel or you can use a belt as well to help with that. Secondly, you may want a block and again, if you don't have a block at home, you could use a couple of books to stack on top of each other, or again, you can roll up a couple of towels as well. So you can have those handy close by. And we'll start seated today, cross-legged or on your knees if you, however you feel, just to make sure that you're comfortable on the mat. Sitting up nice and tall, close the eyes, and just settle into your mat. Maybe rocking from side to side, just gently getting the sit bones rooted down into the ground. Nice long spine, crown of the head to the ceiling. And just allow your breath flow to its natural movement. Inhaling and exhaling. Allowing your exhales to be slightly longer than your inhale. Noticing the belly, noticing the chest rising and falling, filling up with air. And gently exhaling, decreasing the amount of air in the body. And gently shifting your focus to your body, noticing how you're feeling today. Observing how the joints feel. How do you feel mentally? And just a reminder to move at your own pace today. So if something doesn't feel right or sit right with you, just make the adjustments that you need to make in order to make this class work for you today. And maybe setting an intention for your practice today. So whatever you and your body needs, gently hold that intention in your mind for the next few breaths. Let's take one nice deep inhale and exhale out. Gently starting to invite movement back into your body, wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe just dropping your ear from one side to the other side, maybe gently fluttering your eyes open. Maybe on your next inhale, we're going to reach the shoulders up towards the ears and then back down as you exhale, drawing the shoulder blades around your spine. Doing that a couple of times here just to loosen up those shoulders. Good, we'll relax both hands down just beside us here. We're gonna inhale the crown of the head nice and tall. As you exhale, gently drop that left ear to the left shoulder, maybe taking the right hand, reaching out towards the floor, getting a nice stretch into the right side of the neck there. Remember to relaxing that left shoulder as well. What we tend to do is inch that left shoulder up, so we're shrugging it, but we want to make sure that we relax it down. And on your next breath, gently coming back to center, checking in with yourself, noticing how you feel. And from here, we'll gently drop the right ear down to the shoulder. We'll release that left arm down. Good. On your next breath, gently coming back up, again checking in with yourself. And on your next breath, we'll reach the arms up over your head, bringing the palms together. Maybe taking a couple of deep breaths here, really expanding through the rib cage, through the belly, crown of your head up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bringing the palms of your hands to your heart center, we'll release. And inhale, bring those arms back overhead. Exhale, bring your palms back to center. And one more time, inhale. And exhale, back to center. And from here, we'll gently take that right hand. We're gonna place it down towards the mat. You're going to inhale the left arm up towards the ceiling and gently lean over towards the right side of the room. You wanna make sure you're stacking your shoulders here so we're not rounding forward at all. Stacking the shoulders, maybe reaching those fingertips up towards the ceiling and maybe leaning over a little bit. Maybe bringing your gaze up to the ceiling if that feels okay. Make sure that both sit bones are grounded in towards the mat as well. Taking a couple breaths here, breathing into the left side. On your next breath, gently coming back to center, we'll take the left hand down to the mat, inhale the right arm up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, you can gently lean over towards that left side, stacking the shoulders again, breathing into the right side body. Maybe shifting your gaze upwards as well. And on your next breath, gently come back to center, checking in with yourself again, allowing the upper body stretches just to gently settle in. And on your next breath, we're going to move into our tabletop pose. So from here, coming to your hands and knees, nice, strong, neutral spine. So again, drawing the belly button in towards the spine there. You can have the tops of your feet on the mat there as well. So from here, we're just gonna check into ourselves, really grip those fingertips down in towards the mat. This is going to help take some pressure off of the wrists. Nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, we're gonna gently drop the crown of the head towards the floor, press the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling into that cat pose. Maybe adding some movement as well if you want. Inhale, we're gently going to come up. We're gonna drop the belly down towards the mat. We're gonna bring the gaze up towards the ceiling into our cow pose. Exhale, moving into your cat pose. And then flowing through this, inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Adding movement if you need to, but just connecting your movement to your own breath. So I'll give you a few moments to explore that. Good, gently coming back to center, so nice neutral spine, just noticing how your body is feeling. And on your next breath here, keeping the belly button tucked in towards the spine, we're going to extend the right arm out towards the front of the room, and then we're going to extend the left leg out towards the back of the room, keeping the hips nice and level, nice and strong core, almost reaching from the fingertips all the way to the tips of the toes. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. And gently exhale back down. On your next breath, we're going to extend the left arm out towards the front of the room and extend the right leg out towards the back of the room. Keeping those hips nice and level, taking a couple of breaths here. Good, gently release back down. Good, coming back into that cat and cow, doing a couple more rounds of that, flowing through the movements, connecting your breath to your movements, maybe adding in a couple extra movements if you need to stretch anywhere else where you might feel some kinks, just to work those out. Good, then from here we're actually going to bring the knees out, so bring them as wide as your mat, bringing the big toes together. We're going to drop the hips down towards the heels. We're going to reach those fingertips out towards us, so a wide-legged child's pose. So you can rest your forehead onto the mat. If you have your block handy, you can also bring the floor to you and rest the forehead on your block if you need the extra support. And just take some nice deep breaths here. Allow yourself to sink further into the pose. You might even start to feel a little bit of a release in the upper body. On your next breath, you can, if you have your block, we'll gently place it to the side. And then what we'll do from here is we're going to walk our hands over towards the right side of the room. So staying in that child's pose, but just walking those arms over. You can take your left hand on top of the right hand there, breathing again into the left side body. And then gently walking your hands over towards the left side, maybe placing your right hand on top of that left hand, breathing in to the right side of your body. And gently walking back to center. We'll take those fingertips, reach them out a little bit further, maybe noticing a little bit more of a difference now. Maybe you can reach a little bit further. Maybe now you can rest your forehead down a little bit further. And on your next breath, we'll gently shift back into your tabletop pose. So from here, we're gonna move into our first downward dog of the class. So we're gonna curl those toes under We're gently going to place our hands out just in front of us if you need to. Obviously, if you want to keep your hands here underneath your shoulders, you can, but I prefer to walk my hands out a little bit more. And then from here, you're going to press back into your toes, lifting the knees off and gently extending. And then from here, we're gently going to walk our feet up into your forward fold. So here in your forward fold, you can bend into the knees, drop the crown of the head, settling into the pose, maybe taking your hands to the creases of your elbows and just allowing your upper body to just hang and relax. Maybe bringing some small movements, shifting side to side, back and forth. Again, nodding the head, yes and no. Coming back to that breath as well, inhaling and exhaling. Releasing the tension from the upper back, allowing it to just melt down off of your shoulders. Taking a couple more breaths here. Gently release those hands. And on your next breath, we'll bend through the knees and gently start to roll ourselves up, one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow, gently rolling those shoulders back when you reach standing. Maybe taking a couple shoulder rolls here. And when you're ready, coming to the front of your mat. So nice strong spine, grounding in towards the mat. Shoulder blades back, palms of the hands facing towards the front of the room. Taking a breath or two here, settling into the pose, and maybe just shifting your weight from front to back on your feet or side to side, just getting a gauge of, how your feet are feeling today. Drawing the kneecaps up, contracting the quads, coming to a nice still mountain pose. And on your next breath, we're going to inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, you're going to fold into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, so hands to shins, nice long spine, crown of the head pointing towards the front of the room. Nice deep breath here. And on your exhale, you're going to bend your knees, place your hands towards the mat. You're going to step back into your plank. So you can stay on your toes here, or you can drop down to those knees. So drawing the belly button into your spine as well. Nice deep inhale. On your exhale, you're gently going to bring yourself down towards your mat. You can uncurl your toes, tops of your feet are now down to the floor, drawing the shoulder blades back around your spine. As you inhale, gently bringing yourself, your shoulders and your head off of the mat. So again, not pushing up with the hands. If we take the hands away, you shouldn't be shifting much at all. So basically your hands are just used as anchors to help you with this pose. Remember to breathe. And on your next breath, we're gently going to come back up into the full plank or modified plank and gently coming into a downward dog. As you're in downward dog here, again, pedaling out the knees, maybe bending into the knees and pressing those sit bones up towards the ceiling. pressing through your thumb and your index finger just to take the pressure off of the wrist there. So again, suction cupping your fingers to the mat. And on your next breath, this time we're going to walk our hands up to meet our feet. So we're going to be at forward fold, but we're going to be at the back of our mat here. So again, a couple deep breaths, maybe placing your hands into the creases of your elbows, nodding your head yes and no, maybe adding a little bit of movement. Releasing the hands down, bending through those knees, and as you inhale, bringing yourself up to standing, ragdoll yourself up. Again, moving into mountain pose when you're ready. Nice strong mountain pose. We're going to take a couple of steps back up towards the front of our mat here. As we inhale, we're going to reach up. We're going to interlace our fingers, maybe keeping the index finger and thumb just pressed together. Nice long spine. Next inhale here. And then exhale, we're going to shift, just bring those shoulders and arms over towards the right side of the room. Inhale back to center. Exhale over towards the left side of the room. Again, just making sure those shoulders are nice and stacked, moving through this pose here. Inhale back to center, and exhale, shift back into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, gently placing your hands on the mat. We're going to step the right foot back, and you're not going to drop the knee unless you would like to today. You could, definitely, but I'll challenge you just to keep that knee up. We're going to shift into high lunge, so nice strong core, keeping the heel off of the mat. Inhale, reach those arms up into that high lunge. Checking in with your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Settling into the posture, noticing your thighs starting to wake up. Nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, we'll bring the palms of your hands to your heart center. We're going to take the right foot, we're going to take it to a 90-degree angle here, so the back foot is lined up with the back of the mat. Front foot is still pointing forward, and we're going to open up into that warrior two. So arm out in front, and then you have an arm out into the back there. Gazing past your index finger and your middle finger, still pressing into the front foot as well. Nice bend into the knee, making sure the ankle and knee are lined up. Sometimes what happens is our knee tends to fall inward, but we want to make sure that we keep it pressing out, so we keep that leg nice and strong. And we'll take a nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to drop the back arm onto our thigh. Inhale, reach up into reverse warrior. Inhale, come back to your reverse warrior. And then exhale, you're going to bring the front elbow to the front thigh. Nice flat hand when you go to move in that position. And you're going to take the top arm up and over into a nice side angle pose. Inhale, coming up into warrior two. Exhale, moving back into reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, back up, warrior two. Gently bring the hands to the heart center. We're going to straighten that front leg. We're going to shift that foot so that it's at a 90 degree. So same as our right foot there, into a nice wide stance. And maybe just adjusting here, we'll adjust those feet, those toes back out to a 45. Hands on your hips, nice deep inhale, and exhale into a wide-legged forward fold. And again, if you have your block handy and if you need to bring the floor to you today, you can place the block on three. You have three different sides when you're using your block here. Maybe also just keeping a nice slight bend into those knees, adjusting your feet as well. So if your feet aren't super comfortable where they are here, you can always bring them to a 90 as well. Just place them wherever it feels comfortable for you. Taking a couple more nice deep breaths here. On your next breath, we're going to bend through the knees. We're gently going to bring ourselves back up, keeping the hands on the hips, and then slowly rising up. Then from here, we're going to heel toe our feet back in towards the center of the mat, and we're gently going to come back to the tops of our mats here, back into that mountain pose. Checking in with yourself, checking in with your body, noticing how you feel, noticing how one side feels compared to the other side. On your next breath, we're going to inhale, reach up towards the ceiling, and exhale, you're going to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down. This time we're going to step that left foot back, so into that high lunge. Nice strong core. Inhale, reach up. Good, and taking a couple more breaths here, just staying where you are. And on your next breath, we're going to shift into that warrior two there. So again, the back foot is in line with the back of the mat. Nice strong pose, checking in with your front leg. Is the knee in line with the ankle? And on your next breath, we're going to take the back hand to the back thigh. Inhale, reach up, reverse warrior. And inhale, forward. Exhale, move into that side angle pose. So taking the front elbow to the front thigh and reaching the back arm up. And inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, side angle pose. Good, inhale, come back to that warrior two. Then from here, we'll bring the hands over our head, back to heart center. This time we're gonna move into, we're gonna shift forward so both feet are at a 45 again, into placing towards the corners of the mat there. You're going to bend down into a nice wide squat. We're going to inhale, reach up, exhale, move into cactus arms. So this is called goddess pose here. You can shift from side to side. I'm sure your thighs are awake by now. Coming back to that breath. We're going to inhale, we're going to straighten the legs, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, shift back down, and bring the elbows back down into cactus arms. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms up. Exhale, shift back down. Inhale. Exhale, back down. And last time, we'll inhale, extend. And exhale, back down. Nice deep breath here. Place the hands on your hips, and then gently heel toe your feet back in towards the center, gently coming to the front of your mat, taking a deep breath here, gently moving from side to side, just shaking that out, grabbing some water if you need to. And then when you're ready, gently coming back to the top of your mat. Checking in with yourself, checking in with your breath, checking in with your intention you set at the beginning of class today. On your next breath, we're going to inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, step back into plank, placing the hands on the mat. On your next breath, you can move through your chaturanga, so coming back down. You can place your belly onto your mat here. You can uncurl the toes, shoulder blades behind your spine. Inhale, gently reaching the forehead up. Coming back down. On your next breath, we're gently going to shift back into a wide-legged child's pose, so exactly what we did at the beginning of class, settling into the posture. Taking a couple more breaths here. On your next breath, gently coming into your tabletop pose, and then from here we're just going to slowly make our way to our backs. And with these next couple of poses here, you will need your strap or your towel or your belt, whatever you're using today. You can just place it beside you or on your tummy here, whatever is going to work best for you. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Settling into the mat, you can gently bring your knees to your chest, just rocking maybe from side to side. And then from here, we're going to take our yoga strap, and we're going to take the right leg down to the mat. So you can leave it so that it's bent, or you can straighten it out as well. If you choose to straighten it out, just make sure the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling and you're keeping that leg engaged. And then what you're going to do is you're actually going to take your left foot, you're going to place the strap around the left foot there, so just underneath the ball of the left foot. And from here, we're going to stretch into the left leg. So a slight micro bend into the left knee, having your heel pushing up towards the ceiling, drawing the toes to your forehead, and taking a nice deep breath as you inhale and exhale, as you start to bring some space into the back of that leg. From here, you'll place the strap into that left hand, and then you can take your right hand, you can just place it on your right hip to make sure that that side of your body stays down, glued to your mat. Nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, you're gonna open up and you're gonna drop the left foot towards the left side of the room and opening up that inner thigh. Nice deep inhale. As you exhale, we'll gently come back to the center. We're going to place the strap into our right hand now. As you take your next breath, gently shift that foot over towards the right side of the room. Your left arm can actually extend out. And if your neck allows, if you prefer, you can also bring your finger or your gaze to your left fingertips. Nice deep breath here, and gently coming back up to center. Good. From here, we're gently going to release that leg down towards the mat, and just noticing how your left foot feels compared to your right foot right now. Maybe your left foot feels a little bit longer. And then from here, we're going to take the strap and we're going to place our right foot in the strap here. So again, being mindful of that left leg. If you have it extended out, just make sure it's nice and engaged. Taking some nice deep breaths, focusing on creating space into the back of the leg. And then from here, we're going to take that strap, place it into the right hand, placing the left hand onto the hip of the left side there. And we're going to open up towards the right side of the room, really stretching into that inner thigh on the right side. Inhale, coming back to center, gently changing hands so the strap is going into the left hand now. You can reach the right fingertips open, and on your next breath, you can gently bring the right foot over top, and then maybe taking your gaze towards your right fingertips if that feels okay for you today. Inhaling, coming back to center. Gently taking the strap off of your foot, placing your strap to the side. And then from here, just extending both legs out, noticing how you're feeling. On your next breath, we'll take the feet to the mat. You can just gently untuck the tailbone there, maybe taking your feet as wide as your mat and just windshield wiper out your legs. And then from here, we'll gently walk the feet back into center here. We're going to extend the arms out nice and long, almost in a T-shaped position. And then from here, we're going to bring the knees up into a 90-degree angle. So you can stay here, or you can also do this next pose with your feet on the ground as well. So depending on how that feels for you. And then we're gently going to just drop our legs over towards the left side of the room here. If you want to take this a step further, you can extend the top leg out as well. You can extend your gaze over to your right fingertips. You can take your left hand and gently bring down and guide down the legs so they're a little closer to the floor as well. If you have some space between you and the floor, you can put your block here, or you can put some pillows. Whatever works for you today. And gently drawing the belly button to your spine, gently bringing yourself back to center so the knees are coming back to the center of your mat. You might need to make a couple of adjustments here, and then on your next breath, you can bring your legs over to the other side. So again, you can keep your feet on the ground and drop them over, or you can bring them up to 90 degrees and also drop them over. On your next breath, you can gently come back to center. From here, maybe drawing those knees in towards your chest, maybe drawing the forehead up to your knees, maybe rocking from side to side, giving yourself a nice hug. And from here, we're gently going to move into your last posture, Shavasana. So grabbing anything that you need, socks, blankets, sweaters, whatever you need to make yourself comfortable. Once you're ready and settled, gently tuck the shoulder blades underneath in towards the spine, palms facing up, and take your feet a little bit wider than your mat. Allow your toes to fall open to either side of the room. Checking in with your breath. Nice deep inhale. And cleansing exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Allowing your body to absorb all of the postures that you flowed through today. Gently start to deepen your breath, bringing some awareness back into your body. So maybe gently starting to wiggle your toes and your fingers, maybe rocking your head from side to side. On your next inhale, maybe reaching those arms over your head, pointing the toes towards the front of the room, or giving yourself a nice overall body stretch. Deep breath. And gently draw your knees to your chest, wrapping your arms around your knees. Just thanking your body for moving you through your practice today, and also giving yourself a nice hug, and just noticing that the accomplishment of you coming to your mat today as well. And gently, when you're ready, you can shift to your right side there. You can use your right arm just to cradle your head. Take a couple breaths here. Maybe from this point forward, you can start to open your eyes, adjusting to the light. And when you're ready, you can gently bring yourself up into sitting. So coming to an easy sitting pose, so crossing those legs or onto your knees, whatever works best for you today. On your next breath, we'll gently bring the arms overhead, bringing the palms down to heart center, and bringing back your intention you set at the beginning of class today. Maybe taking a few breaths and releasing your intention, or maybe you'd like to carry it throughout the rest of your day. We'll take one more nice deep inhale and exhale. So thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.